As you know, I am the Chief Executive of All Wales People First. As part of our Mirror strategy, I pledged I would give quarterly video messages to the membership, and this is my Christmas message. I just want to start off my message today by thanking everybody who came to Linton Gower's memorial service on the 9th of December. It was a sad occasion, obviously the death of much loved friend and colleague, but I think what Linton did bring, he brought a lot of love, and he brought a lot of warm feelings from across Wales. He united the self-advocacy movement in his grief, and I think that is no mean feat. I think that in itself is a major achievement. So we say rest in peace, Linton, but let's move on now. And I don't mean move on as in forget him, I mean let's celebrate him now. Let's move on from mourning to celebrating Linton, and always thinking about Linton as that great guy who was our friend and inspiration. Obviously this has been a really difficult year to 2020. In some ways I kind of almost feel that 2020 hasn't even happened yet. I was attending the Come Taff People First event and launch in Miskin Manor. I remember speaking to some people around the table about Italy that had gone into lockdown, thinking that would never happen here in the United Kingdom. You just couldn't imagine this to happen. Within a week or two, All Wales People First has locked its staff down, and we haven't been out since. All the groups across Wales too. I mean, it's just the most amazing times that anybody has ever lived through. They are just incredible times. Let's hope that they're a freak once in a century thing and none of us ever see this again. But it's been incredible. And that event at the Miskin Manor was the last public event I've ever been to since. Unbelievable. I think the main thing we've learned from COVID, and I can talk an awful lot about COVID till the cows come home. We know the whole situation there. But I think the main thing that's come out of COVID is that it's highlighted the same inequalities and injustices that were always there for people with learning disabilities. What we're keen to do at this time is to not allow people to politically whitewash this as being a freak political situation or a pandemic that nobody saw coming, and put this down to where we couldn't have foreseen the effect on people with learning disabilities. We'll make sure it won't happen again. This was a one-off. Remember, these injustices and these problems, they were there before COVID. They're going to be there after COVID. All COVID has done is highlight them more. What I do hope is that this will have a positive effect. Although it's a very short-term pain, I hope we're going to have a long-term gain, that it will wake society up to understanding it can't go on the way it's gone on. The issues of social justice need to be tackled, and we've just got to hope going forward to the future these are the lessons that we will learn. Obviously now we have Brexit, and I think at some stage today that we're going to find out whether there's a deal or not. All of this is going to impact on things in the future, but we don't know how, and your guess is as good as mine. All we can do is keep our eyes and ears open, which we are doing. I want to say a massive thank you to all the groups and all the members for sharing your experiences during the COVID experience. I know I've said this before, but I need to say this again. Your experiences have really played a big part in informing and changing some of Welsh guidance and policy, and without that, your input will benefit a lot of people with learning disabilities in Wales, not just the self-advocates connected to this movement. And of course, we would have liked things to have gone further. Of course, we think things even more should have been done. We didn't get everything we wanted, but we got some things. And I think that just proves how strong the voice of self-advocacy can be and why self-advocacy is important. What I have noticed during the COVID situation as well is the outstanding impact on some members, in a positive way I mean. Of course there's been some negative impacts on lots of people, and some people we haven't been able to get a hold of to help and support. But a lot of the members, what we've seen, have shown some great leadership skills. The most immense leadership skills Obviously, Fionn Poole was given a special Mirror Award at the AdFest of 2020. She's just one example of a lot of people who have run their own groups, taken control, supported and helped others. And what was really amazing is, usually if people want me to speak at a group, a member of staff will get in touch with me and say, will you come and speak at our group or visit our group? Always delighted to do that, don't get me wrong. But when a member actually contacts you and says, we're having a party, will you come? And it's theirs, and there's no staff, or if there are staff, it's because they want the staff to be there, but they're doing the discourse, they're doing the quizzes, they're doing the fun, they're running the agenda. To me, what that shows you is the potential of members using cyber technology as well to organise their own events and to take real leadership. So I think we have to remember throughout all of this, and of course it's been a terribly tragic situation, COVID, we have to also remember not to throw out any of the lessons learned and any of the positives too. Because, you know, I think there's a lesson for self-advocacy there for us too. There's a lesson in everything. I think there's always some good comes out of bad. And I think if we're planning for the future, if we're planning in terms of people first and self-advocacy for the future, you've always got to be mindful of that. And I think what we should also really, really give a big hand to as well are the staff of the People First groups. You know, we've had this battle about self-advocacy, can it survive? What's the future going to be with the IPA contracts, etc., etc. You know the story. Without self-advocacy groups, a lot of people with learning disabilities would have been in real trouble at the moment. The thing with the self-advocacy group is, it's not like an ordinary service which starts at a certain time and ends at a certain time. The staff of those groups are really dedicated, hard-working. They never stop. There's always somebody, a person with a learning disability connected to those groups can connect with. Without some of them groups, there wouldn't be the opportunities for people to get their medicine and in some cases food. And I know at the moment some staff are looking to get Christmas dinners for people with learning disabilities. Some members, you know, may not have a Christmas meal, not a conventional one anyway. So, you know, we know there are things there. The staff, you know, through SWAN, our support workers advisory network meeting, are clearly very tired, very worn down. And, you know, I think you've got to say big respect to them. I think if anybody deserves a good Christmas break, it's the staff. So I just would like to acknowledge that, you know, although, you know, the staff don't work for me, they're, you know, the People First organisations aren't part of All Wales People First in the sense where we don't have jurisdiction over them, that they're organisations in their own right. I would just like to say, as an outsider to their organisations, at a national umbrella body level, it's been outstanding what you've done, and it has not gone without notice either. And I think if anything's going to make the case for the importance of self-advocacy surviving, you know, this experience and the amazing way our groups have reacted, you know, it certainly can do nothing but positive for that cause. I'd like to end this by getting my customary snowball. I love snowball at Christmas, and this is my first one. It's my last day of working too. And just toast everybody and say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. I'd like to thank all of the staff of All Wales People First who have worked really hard to try to work to and deliver your vision at a national level. I can vouch for the fact they work hard, they're dedicated. We had a lot of new staff this year who we've never even met in person yet other than the interviews, and they've just slotted right in like they've always been here. So I say again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, victory for self-advocacy. Have a good one. Cheers.